Welcome to this video about how teachers can support the identification of pupils' needs. Assess, Plan, Do, Review cycles. Assess, Plan, Do, Review is a teaching and learning cycle, a process of incremental improvement that is used every day as a process to inform effective teaching. We use this to improve teaching for all pupils. When pupils are getting stuck, the cycle is used in a more forensic fashion. We are using the Assess, Plan, Do, Review cycle to zoom in more closely on these pupils who are struggling. That applies to any pupil with or without SEND. Sometimes teachers can feel overwhelmed by having to offer additional consideration to pupils, but this cannot be for all pupils every day, moment by moment. Using a graduated approach methodology allows you to target support to one pupil to help decisions about how to adapt instructional approaches, and then move on to other pupils who need attention. This method of assessment and inquiry allows teachers to prioritise pupils who need attention and develop a tighter focus on pupils who are struggling to access the curriculum successfully. Increasing personalisation. The graduated approach starts at a whole school level. Teachers are continually assessing, planning, implementing and reviewing their approach to teaching all pupils. However, where a potential barrier to learning has been identified, this cyclical process becomes increasingly personalised. Individualised, shorter cycle formative assessment leads to a growing understanding of the barriers to and gaps in the pupil's learning. Continual reflection on approaches to meeting the pupil's needs leads to a growing understanding of strategies that enable the pupil to make good progress and achieve good outcomes. In this spiral of support, the graduated approach draws on more personalised approaches, more frequent review, and more specialist expertise in successive cycles in order to make more immediate adjustments to adaptive high-quality teaching strategies, reasonable adjustments, and interventions to meet the pupil's needs. Teacher-led Assess, Plan, Do, Review steps. It is important to reflect carefully on why you are concerned about a pupil's progress. Try to be specific about what you've noticed. What formative and summative data can you look at to help you? Consider the pupil's strengths and interests and their attitudes to the curriculum and learning. Which areas of the curriculum does the pupil enjoy and find motivating? Gather evidence about personal and environmental factors that can impact on the pupil's capacity to learn. How might barriers be displayed in lessons? And critically evaluate the effectiveness of current strategies and then, in line with their presenting profile of needs, plan new strategies to reduce barriers to learning through adaptive high-quality teaching and/or reasonable adjustments and/or class-based interventions. What to do when a pupil is still causing concern. If a pupil is continuing to make less than expected progress from their starting points, you will need to work with the SENCO to review the pupil's progress and explore additional support and guidance that may be needed. It is important to present clear, coherent evidence of your Assess, Plan, Do, Review work, including strategies you've tried and the rationale for this. This will mean you can have an informed professional conversation with the SENCO. Sometimes it can be helpful to record this work in a set format. Sometimes the SENCO will determine that further work may be required to identify the pupil's needs, for example, screening and referrals to external agencies. Sometimes extra interventions will also need to be put in place as part of continuing cycles of Assess, Plan, Do, Review. This is the end of this video. You can view more videos on this channel in the Bite Size series, including other Bite Size SENCO videos.